Hello and welcome, crazy people, and today AMG have blessed us with a tweet that basically gives us the command cards for Yoda. Now, to some extent, it's better than I thought it was going to be, even though he was priced at 200 points and I was a bit like, meh. So I did expect good command cards, but these are really good command cards. So let's have a look at them today. It is just the way that AMG is doing things at the minute where they're sort of trickling things out. That's just the way it has to be at the moment, I think, until they get the website fully sorted. So for those of you, a quick reminder, his card is 200 points. You can see it on the screen if you really need to. Now, this is where it gets interesting, these command cards. And we'll do it from 1 pip to 3 pip, because it actually has like a really interesting mechanic in there, which blows my mind at first, but it might not be as OP as I imagine. So, his 1 pip, I'm a little bit out of breath, that's how excited I am. He gains jump 1, charge, disengage, and you treat his movement as speed 3. So there's so much stuff there, like you can jump into combat, obviously, with like a speed 3, where you get charged, so you can go from like a speed 6 away and get a charge off. I mean, he's only got, I think, 4 red dice. I won't even check because I'm pretty sure it is. But still. And the disengage is going to make him incredibly difficult to pin down, because he could, in theory, jump away, move away with the speed 3, and then jump somewhere completely out of the way. And there won't be many units like able to catch up with him there. Combined with the speed, the force speed, which we're not 100% sure how that works at the minute, but burst of speed is going to be really interesting with him as well. So yeah, he could be relatively reasonably maneuverable. That's easy for me to say. So during his activation, Yoda can perform any of his, I always forget which way around these are, his free actions and card actions, right? Up to 2 times. So his card action, I think, really is guidance. That's the main one there, as you can see. That is going to be interesting if you've got a unit that's got a lot of firepower, or he's maybe in combat and you really need that combat to be won. Yoda popping off could really like cause that unit to attack twice. Pretty strong. So yeah, that's the only like card action. Presumably the free actions and card actions from upgrades and stuff like that would also count. So you could, in theory, get like free actions from a force ability, recover, and then do it again. So yeah, really interesting. Just a really interesting card, full stop, with a lot of potential that off the top of my head I can't think of, but there'll be people who like super competitive who know this game inside and out will be like, yes, this little combo with this little fellow will be incredible. And then this is where it gets even more interesting, is if now this is a little bit weird, I almost feel like that they should be in quotations because it's weird to read, because I read it as if there is no try. Which is true. It's sort of, if there is no try, which is the name of the card, is in your discard pile, you return it to your hand. So if this next card has already been used and it's in your discard pile, and then you use the 1 pip, you get this one back, which basically means you get to do his 1 pip, well, no, you get to do his 2 pip twice. But let's just jump to the next one, because his 3 pip says if size matters not is in your discard pile, you return that to your hand. So you can use this first and then use his 3 pip to get this one back. Like, the combos there are really interesting. So you can basically do this twice, and you can also do this twice. And, you know, this one, it says if luminous beings are we, is in your discard pile. So you can get this one back. Really interesting mechanic. Really interesting mechanic. Yeah, it blows my mind a little bit. So then we have there is no try. So this is Yoda and 1 trooper. When Yoda issues an order to a trooper unit, it gains outmaneuver. So I think that basically, that's the one, I think, where you can block. You can dodge crits, I think. And relentless, so you're going to be able to move and attack if that's something you need. So you gain that to presumably himself as well, relentless. So you'll be able to pop off with his gun, 4 black dice, tasty, because he will be a trooper unit as well, and whatever unit he gives it to. So they'll be able to move, and you'd be able to move, and shoot if you needed that for whatever reason. Very versatile there, I do like it. 1 dodge token as well, that's fine. And then it's the classic, if luminous beings are we is in your discard pile, you get to return that to your hand. So each eligible unit, which is basically, I think, everything in range 3 is, well, or range, whatever range, like if you've got the thing where you've upped it to 4, it's 4, but let's presume it's range 3. And then it's Yoda gains 2 aims, 2 dodge, 2 surge tokens. He cannot attack, but he obviously becomes a little bit defensive because he's got 2 dodge and 2 surge. The 2 aims, obviously, you can then share around as well. So that's probably because it's going to with the clones. Friendly units at range 1 to 3 can spend, oh well, yeah, well that's what it's going to say next. They can spend Yoda's green tokens. So you either shoot Yoda, in which case he's got 2 dodges himself, or you shoot at something else, in which case he can give his dodges elsewhere. But more importantly, they're then going to be able to get the free aims, because you can't shoot, you can't attack. So Yoda's aims aren't going to be doing anything, they're just 2 free aims. Just really fascinating. Really fascinating. And yeah, it completely caught me by surprise in a sense. Like, I expected the command cards to be good, because on the face of it, I don't think this card is worth 200 points. Like, you could put that in many lists and I'd be like, nope, not really worth it. There's probably something better. But with those command cards, I do think it really opens up like so many possibilities. He's going to be difficult to pin down. He can charge if you need, like 4 red dice will take out some units if they're like a sniper team or something like that that you really need to get rid of, and you can move 6 into them, and you can even jump up if they're on a ledge or something. Like, yeah, like really fascinating. There'll be some combos with force abilities that I don't quite comprehend, but yeah, it's super. I'm not gonna say he's super strong, but those command cards are really strong and really good. So yeah, it's really interesting. Not that the clones really needed much in the terms of buffs. I still think like droids might, I know weirdly I still think droids might be a little bit above clones, but I think the droids are just harder to play at the minute. Clones are just like, I don't want to say they're easy to play, but they're basically what the Empire were originally, which is what I play, so I'm not trying to slag off clone players. They're just easy to play and easy to be decent with, is what I think, especially with the Rex list. But so I don't necessarily think they need this kind of fire in here. But the 200 points is a bit high, so maybe it won't be too bad. But yeah, that's it. That's what happened. They dropped it on Twitter. It is what it is. Have a most beautiful day. Goodbye.